Hello, everybody. Welcome back to what is, I assume, the finale of Pesterquest, unless they give us a sneaky update on 413 in a couple weeks, which is possible. Not likely, but you never know with these things. Anyway, so before we begin, I just gotta highlight something that has me immediately intrigued about what we're getting into. So, before the stream started, I, of course, was doing my usual thing, setting up, getting right, put some music on in the background. I put some Brony fan music on while we were warming up, which seemed fitting for Dirk. And I go to the options menu to turn off the sound of Pesterquest because you don't want the sound playing. You don't want the menu music playing while you've got music playing. And what in the fuck is this? This is new. So, voice volume. Because, yeah, that was not there before. Yeah, don't worry about it, chat says. Nothing to see here. Move along. So, somebody's fucking talking in this thing, which is all sorts of, which raises all kinds of things, because, hang on. I do not have coronavirus, I just have my throat is just constantly muddled. I don't have grapefruit juice, because you can't go shopping these days. Well, I could, but I'm not going to make a special trip for grapefruit juice in this day and age. Anyway, so, somebody's speaking in this, which, one, is interesting just on the face of it, because no one's ever spoken in Pesterquest before, but more importantly, no one's ever spoken in Homestuck before. Like, the closest thing we have to a canon voice for any character in Homestuck is, people have joked that that it is actually John singing in that one Flash animation. The one where he's singing the song from Con Air. People joke that, whoever was singing that, Brownman something? Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while since I read that, so. Yeah, Bowman. Yeah, it's the joke is that Michael Guy Bowman, when he was singing that song from Con Air, that was actually, that's actually John singing. And that's the closest thing we have to a canon voice for any character, but we're having a character voiced in this volume. So, you could also say that Spade Slick was the one who sang Midnight Crew song. The Baby Is You voices are at least 300% canon. Oh yeah. Well, also the Baby Is You voices are also pretty spot on. So, but I digress. A little bit of if I had to speculate a little bit about this, Ultimate Dirk would be my guess. Maybe. I don't see, that's the most obvious suspect. Not regular Dirk, but Ultimate Dirk, because they are two different characters. Anyway, I am not. I have a little bit of optimism going into this one because of a joke that Pesterquest.Twitter said, which was a few days ago. Pesterquest put out a tweet saying, someone's talking out there outside, I don't know. Pesterquest, his Twitter, put out a little tweet joking. It's to all the people saying, I hope they get Dirk right, I've got some bad news for you. Dirk is a brony with a sword. I'm and my immediate reaction to that tweet was, yes, exactly! Fucking tell that to the people writing Homestuck too. Jesus Christ. Because, yeah, he's a brony with a sword. I don't know. And, I could go on a big ramble about Ultimate Dirk and why the Drowned Man is stupid, but, that is a big point, is that, near as I can tell, Ultimate Dirk, his motivation is he's being the bad guy because he thinks he needs to be the bad guy. Dirk is a brony, so he should know better. It's slice of life, people. Slice of life. It's a thing. But anyway, in honor of Dirk the Brony, I am not using my Teasius mug. I'm using my... Whoop, let's transition. I'm using my homemade Fluttershy mug, which I painted myself many a year ago. And it's one of my favorite mugs because it's huge. And it's Fluttershy. And Fluttershy is my favorite. But anyway, so yeah, let's probably should know better. I'm not working on live banner. Fine. Whatever you say. I don't know. But yeah, we'll just get to that. Anyway, so here we are in the finale. Oh, they've actually they've rearranged this. This menu used to be like 8x8 grid, which would have been weird at the end, but now they've changed it so that so it's big enough for 2 rows of characters. So let's do this. Final Pesterquest remake didn't forget to swap his screen. God bless. Alright. You've come a long way. You've made a lot of friends and managed to keep them all. You're helping them grow, and you're growing alongside them, while also entrenching yourself in some ridiculous nonsense along the way. Living, laughing, loving, shining, farting. As is right and in balance. You think so, anyway. You think so, anyway. You're still on the lookout for any specific bits of meaning to help nail down your sense of purpose, as it careens every which way according to the whims of friendship and fancy. Did the volume just get way quieter? Oh, there it is. There's a natural flow to this all. Trolls in sets of 12, give or take, since some come in pairs as you think back to your first round of friends. Kids in sets of 4. You've had time to realize more about the Earths you've been hopping between. A kid on one is an adult on the other. It's been weirdly relieving seeing multiple versions of your friends. Not that you seem to be bound by any of the same rules that they are. It's just that, as someone whose self has been scattered to the winds of time, regathered thanks to Aradia, and still not yet fully stable, it's kind of nice to see that it's not just you out there trying different shit out, self-wise. When you think about the last friend left to visit on this set, you can't help but feel a little bit guilty. With everything Jake told you about him, and from what you know of Dave's bro, you're not exactly meeting him with a clean slate. There's an understatement. You haven't let anyone else's complicated personality traits hold you back from finding a way to befriend them, though, and you're not about to start now. Ominous. You'll find a way to make it work. God, isn't it fun having such a complicated and nuanced tangle of interpersonal relationships within your friend group? Isn't it just a delightful challenge? Anyway, the point is it's time to go meet Dirk. Whoop. Bump the mic. Sorry. So you go. You don't know much about where he lives, except that it's in the future, like Roxy, minus chest guys. You zap over where you should most definitely be the perfect distance from his door, and we're gonna be in the middle of the ocean. Yep. There's a moment where you are weightless, suspended in midair like the cartoon Coyote Man, whose name you cannot remember because suddenly you are pulling downward, and that takes all of your attention. From what you can see in flashes as you spin head over heels, the thing you are rapidly approaching is the ocean. What? It's got a diving suit. It's got the glasses on his diving suit. That's great. Before you achieve game fucking over, before you even begin, you stall yourself with a zap in and out of reality, appearing just a few inches above the water. You land with a delicate splash. Wait, how are you supposed to get to this platform? Oh, okay, there is a ladder there. For a minute, it's like the box was hiding the ladder, so it looked like this was just a platform, just sort of sitting all on its lonesome out here. I should go easy on the water. Once Dirk starts talking, it's going to be a crazy night. Now that the immediate threat of death has passed, you look up. Metal rises up from the water in a towering scaffold. Dirk must live in the building up there. God damn it. You haul yourself up into the janky platform at the corner of the scaffolding and a few above water rungs upward to get your shit together. It's not much to look at. You probably wouldn't even be able to spot it from a distance, but it'll do. You won't be able to spot it at a distance. Just lampshade the fact that this thing definitely was not ever visible in Homestuck. It's like, yeah, it was there the whole time. Just, you couldn't see it because we were zoomed out too far when we were looking at Dirk's tower. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I'll roll with it. In a minute, you can pop back. In a minute, you can pop up to the top floor, but you should wring yourself out first. There's a chair, which is weird. You sit in it. You're gonna get the computer chair wet, you asshole. Tamiya's testified. Dude, that was a slick fucking trick. This is a very yellow shade of orange. Not the stealing my seat bit, although I do respect your presumptuous ass placement choices too. I mean the entrance. Nice save. You whirl around, but there's no one there, aside from the endless ocean. The only shit in sight is the stuff on the platform. I'm guessing this is autoresponder. Which, now that you're considering it, kind of reminds you of one of those outdoor man caves you sometimes see at rich people's houses. The kind where you don't know enough about electricity. The kind where you don't know enough about electricity to get any rain just doesn't. The kind where you don't know enough about electricity to get why rain just doesn't fuck the whole thing up. Okay. The kind where you don't know enough about electricity to get why rain doesn't just fuck the whole thing up. Except inside is like a grill and a TV and an ashtray with an old cigarette in it. It's a few screens, a keyboard, a turntable, and a speaker. A couple of hoverboard-looking things, and some complicated aquatic equipment. Both situations contain a mini fridge. Dirk? You say his name and hope he shows up. After Roxy, you really thought you weren't going to be bamboozled by another fake-out meeting, but who the fuck knows? Maybe this guy's a ghost? His name is Lil Hal. It's not Lil Hal yet. No, that's stupid. The one and only. The one and only. Where is he? There's no need to get freaked out about it. I'm just talking through the speakers. Or, more accurately, I'm just sending data through a text-to-speech converter, which is playing through the speakers. Why not just use a voice test? No Dirk has ever or will ever be the one and only. This isn't a function I've ever had occasion to dust off, so this is genuinely thrilling. Thank you for trying and failing so miserably to break and enter in pursuit of friendship, or whatever you were doing. Oh, you know, you do your best. Is there a place he'd want to, meet, maybe? So y'all could talk in meet space? Meet space? That's not exactly my forte. Let's just keep chatting like this for a bit. Bro to bro. You can use the computer if the power of my voice is getting to be too much for you. It almost is for me, if I'm being honest here. From above, there's a metallic whirling sound. Ah, shit. Daddy's home? Oh. This one is AR. You look up and Dirk... oh yeah, that was that was definitely AR this whole time. You look up and Dirk is rappelling down the scaffolding at an alarming speed. The jig is up, so I might as well wrap this shit up. The fun's over for AR. Dirk swings in, landing with both feet on the platform. He strains and stares at you, chin up. Well, you think he's staring at you. He's wearing shades, which you expected. It's been real, and don't worry, I won't be far. I never am. Neither Dirk's hands nor his mouth are moving, but his voice is still playing over the speakers. Your smile is nervous and probably too full of teeth. What's going on? Oh, you're the friendable alien I've heard about. I thought for a minute you already ate it, but I see you Peter Pan that shit. I'm not unimpressed. He says this the regular way, with his mouth. It should put you at ease, but it does not. Does he not remember talking about that already? You tell him it's nice to talk face-to-face since you thought he didn't want to a minute ago when you first met. Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, you thought... Lol, wait. What? It wasn't? Nah, you just met a divergently evolved copy of my 13-year-old brain. The use of the speaker system is new, but it makes sense he'd up his game for interfering with relationships I'm busy forging in 3D. I guess we should go ahead and be proud of him for it. Well, damn. Okay, you guess you have no reason to believe that's not possible, since... Wait, did he say relationships he's busy forging? He's forging? Isn't that your whole thing? I was under the impression that you were here to befriend me. Well, straight to the point. My friends haven't exactly been quiet about you. I just figured you were saving the best for last. Well, sort of. Oh no, that's right. That is your thing. You just thought he might be more of a challenge. Wait, are you friendship negging him right now? Is that what's happening? How did it come to this? I ask that question every day of my life. Well, hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay then, never mind. You guess it's working. Might as well roll with it. This music is rocking, by the way. I really like this background music. Oh, I need to look up the name for it because I got teased earlier. Okay then, never mind. You guess it's working. Might as well roll with it. Don't half-ass this one just because I know the gig. I still expect you to friend woo the shit out of me. Blitz the fuck out of my friendship chakra till I see the universe's heart through its asshole and what have you. Buddy, you've been around the friendship block a time or two. He has no reason to worry. You have full confidence in your ability to show him the friendship time of his life. Oh, I'm ready. I have a list of my deepest secrets ready to unload on you right here, right now, if you think you can take it. He sure is talking a big game of preparedness, but you're not sure how true it all is. Every line of muscle in his body is held in excruciating placidity. You've never seen a jaw so purposefully unclenched. It's almost like he's begging you to call him on it. You do not call him on it? You're not sure how he'd get the idea that you could half-ass this, of all things. You'll just prove it to him with your deeds. It seems like that might be his love language. Okay. With that in mind, you hold your fist out to him to bump. Ah yes, DAPS, the universal sign of brohood, sacrosanct across all of space-time, and also much safer to do than actually shaking hands these days. You'd be honored to give him his first. The corner of his mouth twitches, not quite a smile. What kind of monster would I have to be to refuse you? Brofist. You do the thing. If he was having a moment about having touched another person for the first time, he isn't showing it, which is fine. Each at their own pace, right? Yep, I did. So now we've got that handled. What's next on the agenda? Do we leap straight to the heartfelt Q&A, or are we doing an activity first? Man, what should you do next? You're not used to your friends giving you the third degree about your process, so you're a little out of step. You can't tell if he's genuinely curious or if he knows he's unbalancing you. Either way, it's intense. You look around for inspiration. Really? Nah, you're not a couple of dads. Oh, the high-tech scuba gear could be cool. The tingle of choice prickles at your neck. I'm not sure you have the musculature to hold that up. No offense. I didn't have your literal stick figure proportions in mind when I designed it, and it's built more for looks than weight efficiency, so I don't think you'd last long in it. You're not missing much, though. It's not particularly thrilling down there anyways. Dirk is surprisingly chill about his first bit of physical contact literally ever. Yeah, well, he's purposefully chill. It's like he demands, that's always a thing, is that, like, he must be chill at all times. Like, they literally just call him on that. Oh, whew, good point. You can totally see yourself sinking like a stone, flailing your arms in a vain attempt at trying to look cool while swimming, clawing at the metal clasps to free yourself. I love, like, the hint of a possible bad ending that we are now averting. Conceal, don't feel. Yeah, exactly. Let it go. Oh god, I'm just imagining Dirk singing Let It Go. Thanks for that, chat. Thanks for that. Zapping out as a last resort, but misjudging distance due to the distracting water in your mouth, and all going black as you wonder why you didn't learn better when you hung out with Pfeffery. What? Damn, that was a pretty detailed thought trail. Weird. Anyway, you could just hang out at his place instead. The classic option. That works for me. You hold out your hand to zap him alongside you, but he doesn't take it. I'll meet you there. His inflection tilts up at the end, a sound shaped like a half question he wants you to construe the meaning of yourself. What's the alternative? You piggyback right as he climbs all the way up? He shrugs. If you're up for it. I typically rocket board up, but a grueling climb is a good way to as good as way as any to kill a morning, so either way. You consider your options. As much as you want to see if you can actually has it in him to beast you up the entire tower, rocket boarding sounds infinitely more fun. You tell him as much. Hop on then. Nice. He's sweet. He kicks it into place and fires it up, offering you his hand. You don't have anything to lose but another life, so you take it. Dirk blast off. I love that. I love that cutscene. Or that flash animation. Not cutscene. Steadily, but fast enough you have to cling to his shirt for safety. You fly upwards. He circles the tower a few times in no hurry to make it to the top. That or he's showing off? You don't think that's it, but you're still working it out. The confidence in the way his body moves now, the subtle shifts in weight to steer the machine, it all feels genuine. Like that. Like this is a much more comfortable thing for him than the conversation was. It seems like. The wind whips your face. There is sea in every direction. You land at the top of the tower, and he waits for you to hop down before doing the same, and then kickflips the rocket board into quiet quiescence. Here we are, home sweet home. I hope you're prepared for just how homey this shit is, too. I've had nothing but time to flex my massive decor muscles. Alright, you follow him inside into his room, like you have with everyone else. It's full of his shit, like everyone else. Let's take a look around. Horse, sword, and sword. Hal, of course. No Rainbow Dash, I am disappointed. Couple of Smuppets, though, that's always fun. Roll-up bits, and the usual. Seagulls. Also a man-horse centaur-looking thing in the background there. What the hell is that? Yeah, the art on the right is very nice. It's like all the artwork in this route is pretty good, actually. Alright, so yeah, here we are. Are we not going to get any choices at all? Yeah, it's interesting that we've like kind of averted several choices already. Like several prompts for choices have just sort of gone and went. Unlike everyone else, he leans against his workbench, calm and collected and clearly with every fiber of his being, waiting for your judgment. You wonder if it's weird how you can tell that about him, since it does seem like he's putting a lot of effort into the facade. You aren't sure if he's unpracticed at having an audience, or if you're just extra good at reading people by now. Maybe it's the shades that are messing with you. They're nothing new, after all. They're nothing new after Dave, but with Dirk, it's almost like he'd be less penetrable without them. You try and focus on the decor, as he clearly wants you to. What do you got going on? Okay, there. The themes of puppets, horses, robots, musical equipment. It's got the post-ironic whimsy of Dave's style, which you figure makes sense considering this universe's Dave had a hand in stocking it, but with a dash of Equus's unabashed taste. It's a bit of a surprise, but sure. Martha Stewart would fall to her knees weeping at her defeat. You tell him? Utterly destroyed by the feng shui of my cinderblock placement. She'd retire in the spot, you say. The more you play off his jokes, the more he seems to loosen up for real, so you continue. Much better than a scuba diving trip already. What's down there, anyway? The ruins of the 21st century civilization, mostly. Oh, shit, yeah. Boring as hell, I'll say. Yeah, honestly, the ruins of the 21st century probably are going to be pretty boring because everything's fucking digital. Like what artifacts are we going to leave behind, honestly? Like, nothing. We're going to leave a bunch of microchips that will degrade in a few decades? Loss. No, loss is dead. That's what I'm talking about, though. Loss is digital. All of our cultural artifacts these days exist on microchips, which will degrade in a decade or two. We're not going to leave, like, if civilization ended tomorrow, yeah, Roombas, maybe, like, we would have not much of a blueprint left of this day and age. A couple buildings, sure, but, like, architecture isn't really what our culture is about anymore. CDs take a century or so to degrade, yeah. So, yeah, and that's gotta be just, like, an interesting thing, because, like, you think about it, like, again, if civilization ended tomorrow, I think that people would be genuinely perplexed about how we live, just because of like how much of our shit isn't going to last more than a century or two. So like they're going to look at the artifacts we leave behind, so like buildings, and that's really going to be it. They're not, and maybe some appliances. Maybe some appliances will last. I don't know. Weird thought to have, but you know, I'm going off on a tangent. Some plastic, yeah, sure. He pauses and tilts his head, considering. I wouldn't call them boring, necessarily. It's more that I find it cosmically frustrating to swim in literally any radial line and find nothing but the wasted leftovers of a dead city. Aside from being dependent on it as a source of food, the ocean mostly functions for me as a suffocating and inescapable natural barrier between me and the rest of human history. Yeah, we're already on this world again. It's a constant, lapping reminder of my situation, so I'm not often hyped to pile the describers on. The decibars on. Not sure how well my deep personal beef with the imagery of the sea will land for you, but there it is. I think it might not be so offensive to me were the metaphor less blatant. It's embarrassing. Yeah, tell me about it. Anyway, there's the first of my layers off. Feels fresh. Let's keep going. What else have you got? It's a little unsettling how direct he's being about the friendship building process, but it's not like you haven't been categorically pushy to achieve that title with literally everyone you have memory of meeting, so fair game. You're sure you can come up with some things you've been curious about, if he's ready to dive in the deep end, and if he'll forgive the continued aquatic figurative language, the love quadrangle, the questionable settings on the robotic gift choice for his would-be paramour, the differences of opinion on playing the game. He seems to be enjoying the theatricality of the friendship metagaming dance you're doing, so you amp it up for him. You clasp your hands behind your back and pace his room as you monologue, pausing for effect when the impulse strikes you. As you talk, you consider which would be the right issue to end on to really zing him into opening up. Maybe his feelings about his universe as Dave, or just for fun, maybe where the horse shtick came from. Depending on your choice, you could end up. Loath as I am to interrupt this Ace Attorney monologue, I wouldn't touch that. Oh. You look down to where you were about to dramatically place your hand, and it's got a goddamn sword there, haphazardly stored in the hands of some fucking dead-eyed puppet. Again, your brain careens down to a fleeting pathway, accidental pressure, a clean slice, blood, a lot of it, and... Okay, so we've done this... This is... This empty color, this should... Well, the threat, if you pay attention to the thing, is cutting your fingers off with the sword. And yeah, this cowl is empty. So, like, So... I'm getting suspicious here because, once again, Dirk has just stopped us from having a bad ending. And he did that before, too, so Dirk's doing some meta bullshit. He's like, Dirk keeps stopping us from getting bad endings, and that's interesting. Alright, you look down to where you were about to dramatically place your hand, and there's a goddamn sword there, haphazardly stored in the hands of some fucking dead-eyed puppet. Again, your brain careens down a fleeting pathway, accidental pressure, clean slice, blood, a lot of it, and... Leave the katanas for the big boys. Well, if you want to touch a weapon, holy shit do I have an idea. He scoots by you and reaches into the corner of the room, coming up holding a really shitty blue sword. Sword is a loose term, though, and honestly, holding is too. An object so shitty you can barely focus on it, sort of clipping through his hands. He holds it out to you as best he can. Even his hand is all messed up from holding it. In the name of the succulent convergence of science and horseshit, I need to see what happens when you touch this thing. You reach out and take it from his hands. It steadies under your grasp. Dirk hops up on his workbench to sit and observe, and you slice it through the air a time or two. Whoa. What the fuck? What? Wait, what's up? Dirk's eyes are doing something creepy there. Absolutely got him. Got like an actual almost laugh from Dirk. This is great. Kind of love it. Something about your narrative luminosity and rudimentary form must allow you to actually wield this piece of shit artifact I inherited from my bro. The implications of that are likely jack fucking nothing, but it's still easily the best thing I've ever seen. That is actually kind of hilarious. It's like, we are the chosen one. I have the power! Okay, I'm blowing out the mic with that. He's leaning forward, laughing, dimples carved into his freckled cheeks. There's a small twist in your heart about it, and you can't place why. Have any cosplayers tried to recreate the sword in real life? I'm sure they have. They're really just able to hold that fucking thing. He clears his throat and settles down, adjusting his glasses. Thanks for that. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. You were attempting to locate my weak points. Did you want to keep adding to the list, or zero in on one option? So far, the short answers are a quartet of teens with not a lot of choices. What do you expect? 2. Call up my autoresponder if you want us to hash that one out. 3. It's all under control. You guess it all boils down to the same general topic, really. His friends. That's where this whole thing always ends up anyway, right? Especially since you're his pathway to being able to hang out with them now. Dirk just shrugs. Huh, you'd have thought he'd have a stronger opinion about that one. Doesn't he want to hang out with his friends? Doesn't he want to finally meet Jake? He wrinkles his face like you've shoved a lemon in his mouth. Come on, dude, you can't just spirit me to the person I want to see most right off the bat. At least make me try and earn it first. He shifts his weight. The light from the window bouncing off the choppy mirror of the ocean is bright against his back. Yeah. Also, funny thing. Somebody pointed out I'm making a He-Man reference. Meanwhile, as we speak, Lord Weaver and Miss Finefeather are both live vlogging OG She-Ra right now as part of an April Fool's joke. I have Homestuck, so I have no time for April Fool's jokes, unless you count Dirk a joke. Shifts his weight. The light from the ocean. Does he have to earn it? I mean, doesn't he think it's been hard enough already? His laugh this time is hollow. Is there a cap on that? You're not sure, but your whole existence is a series of cheat codes, so what else does he expect from you? You whip the sword around a few times to prove your point, but it kind of makes you dizzy to watch, so you put it back in the corner. And anyway, you know he'll cave at some point. How else is he going to get to see them now that the game is off? He shrugs again. What? What? He does know they're not playing anymore, right? Like they're even talking about a larger operation to shut the whole thing down for everyone on the planet. I know they think that's what's happening, but I'm not worried about it. They'll all play when the time comes. How in the world does he know that? Last you checked with any of them, they had all moved on. I haven't gotten around to convincing them yet. But I will. It's clear you've spent a lot of time with them, but they're my friends too. I think I know what they'll do. His dismissiveness is raising your hard-to-raise hackles? It's not really the point, though, you say? When trying to get them back on board, just amp up the conflict in his friend group? And more importantly, why bother trying to make that choice for them? He doesn't even need the game anymore. You can just take him to see them. He can skip the machinations and just, like, hang out with his friends without ever having to prove anything to anyone. It's easy. The slight tightening of his eyebrows is the only thing that shows his frustration. The rest of him is still. The vowels in his drawl are slick and sharp. Black ice on a curved country road. It's not that simple. Do you think I don't want to see them? Do you think I'd tear off a single page off my Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff quote-a-day calendar without thinking about that? There are a lot of cards and a lot of hands here, which I'm not sure you're truly appreciating the importance of. I can't just fold mine and hope your shit works out instead. Things are in motion. Things have been in motion since before I was born. You can't just stop them without massive fallout. Well, we can, and we have, and here we are. Yeah, you're not saying you know all the answers, just that you know some of them, and you feel like he could trust you a little bit. He looks at you like you've slapped him. Trust you? Well, yeah. A weak puff of air leaves his mouth as he shakes his head. This entire morning has been an exercise in trust. Has it? Dirk is still for a minute. He's probably still staring at you behind those shades. When he speaks again, his voice is steady, but the room is heavy with every ounce of tension he's suppressing. Okay, let's sketch this out. What are the parameters of vulnerability that would count if the ones I'm extending don't? You were just freewheeling there, but you guess you gotta come up with something concrete for him. Okay, how's this? He does all this dangerous scuba diving and sword fighting and rocket boarding shit that could go sideways at any moment, but he wouldn't even let you zap him. There's an example. Okay, yes, that's true. I want to be the only one in charge of endangering my own life. You got me. But trust isn't only meaningful if it's given completely, or in terms of physical safety. I've been preparing myself for this, for you, ever since I heard you were making the rounds. I was ready to... He trails off, shaking his head. His wordlessness seems to frustrate him more than anything you've said. Yes, Dirk being wordless, it has got to be frustrating. He seems really unpracticed at getting riled up, and you wonder how often somebody pushes his buttons like this. You're not really sure how the two of you got to this point. Argumentative isn't your main mode either, and you can tell you're pushed too far. Never mind. Here. He hops off the workbench, rolls his shoulder, and grabs your hand. Do it. You don't ask where. You pick somewhere close by, but scary enough for his thrill-seeker ass to feel like it was worth the effort. The air up at the top of the tower in Dirk's roof is calmer than you would have thought it would be. He drops your hand and steps back, leaning against the landing. Crushed it. See, sometimes trying new shit and trusting people with your well-being can be fine. Sometimes all you need is a friend to prove to you that they have your back. Dirk scrunches his face up like you're embarrassing him. Bye, Leash. Yeah, somebody had to leave in chat, which is sad. You mean, empirically speaking, it seems like what happened just now is solid proof that... Okay, yeah, I get it, thanks. He's smiling, so you don't push into that thing. He's smiling, so you don't push into that thank you, cat. But don't. What are you even stepping on? Don't. Are you breaking my stream? No. Okay, good. I mean, it doesn't look like you pressed anything. Good. He's smiling, so you don't push into that thank you, but you do wonder, after a minute of looking out over the ocean with him, if there's time to scoot things along. You aren't in a hurry, really, but you were getting somewhere before, even if it was a little uncomfortable. He's trying. Maybe harder than anyone has actively tried to befriend you yet. The fact that you think that is still sort of funny to you, but maybe Dirk isn't this transparent to everyone. Maybe it's just you and your non-stop thirst to know people. How much does this boy want to be known? You remember your earlier skepticism about him and laugh to yourself? You haven't had to make yourself try to like him at all. You just do. Weird, uptight shit and everything. There's a lot of Dirk going on in there, but you're ready to try and understand him more. It's what you do. So you press on. Oh, here we are. Okay. Here's a choice. After like 40 minutes of nothing, we finally have a choice. Okay, we got multiple Dirks. Okay. What's the play here? I'm gonna refill my water while I think about that. Meow. Meow. Alrighty. This is gonna be fun. So, try and convince him to drop the idea of playing the game or give it a rest and talk about something else. I have no idea. Either one of these could go sideways in a hurry. So I have no idea what the right answer is. This one is gonna like start off hot, though. I think so. Let's do this. We're gonna start hot and see where it leads us. Whoop, whoop. Oh, it took me like 4 clicks to get it. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. I bet this would have happened if I clicked the other choice too. This is yeah. Okay. Oh, there's a cat hair in my water. All right. That didn't help at all. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm not... I swear I'm not stalling. There really was cat hair in my water and it was gross. Okay. Well, fun's over. It's been the game my velvet pillow now. Hey. Okay. Well, I'll go back at the end and click on the other option later, but I'm sure it would have resulted in the same thing. Okay. Here we go. Holy shit, this is excruciating. I keep thinking if I ignore this bullshit, it'll sort itself out, but Christ. I don't need to see this. No one needs it. I need to see this. Fuck off. What the fuck? Huh? Wait, can he not hear? You've stopped the choice train once before yourself, but you've never been interrupted by someone else. Now, Dirk did it. Dirk himself did it twice. Thought we were having a chill bro moment until just now. I have no clue what you're talking about. Can't believe I was ever this pathetic. Dirk, you had all day, every day to do nothing but get swole in both body and mind, and this is how you spend your time, looking wistfully out at the sky? No wonder you're out here falling for this friendsim's weak shit overtures. Yeah. Oh my god, what? Once again, you find yourself looking around for a Dirk who is nowhere to be found. Regular Dirk, who you were finally getting somewhere with, is looking at you like you've lost your last marble. Dirk really doesn't hear that? It sounds like him, just like older and meaner? No, dude, are you okay? Fine, if your meager little brain needs me to assume corporeal form in order to process this, I'll do it. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay. Feast your eyes. Holy shit! Holy shit! What's up, Dirk? I'll get to you in a minute. I have to deal with this little meddler first. Oh boy. He turns to you and you step back reflexively. Your eyes flick to your Dirk, who is staring, mouth slack at his older self. I've let you piss around for far too long. To be fair to myself, which is important, I have had a lot on my plate. Creating a whole species from scratch isn't child's play. So I let this go on, figuring you'd fuck up and die for real, but you keep coming back, and it's getting out of hand. So the plan is this. Let my man Dirk do his thing, you fuck off and let people live their arcs. I clean up your mess and then get back to being God, while this timeline continues on as it's supposed to. And we're well past that point, but okay. Are we good? No? Jesus, alternative timelines and multiple selves aren't anything particularly new to you, think. But you still don't know what got so far up his ass here? No, we're not good. You were in the middle of something, a sacred right of friendship to be fucked up by no one but yourself. You know what kind of stuff the future holds, but that isn't your purview, is it? And he's the one interrupting that. Oh my god, I can't work like this. You have to understand the scale we're working with. He flicks you upside the temple, and you feel instantly like your brain got strapped to your nose to the nose of a rocket ship on liftoff. MSPA reader, remember? Interesting. You see a young man standing in his bedroom. Wait, you know him. Your eyes roll back in your head, and you feel his story rush into you, panel by panel, page by page. Some of it you remember from when you were trapped in Doc Scratch's apartment, and other stuff is newer, raw and sweet and sickening. Honks and caws and clubs and blubs froth together in a synaptic transmutation of an unholy cultural zeitgeist that jolts through you like light, blasting down your cerebral cortex and out through your clenched teeth. When it's done, you collapse on the floor. Oh, fuck. You remember it? Homestuck? You remember Homestuck? Eh. Sucks, doesn't it? It's all so fresh, too. So many of your friends dead. Some of them more than once. Shit. Shit. Dirk. You open your eyes and Dirk is standing over you, his hand on your shoulder. Oh, good. You're alive. You're starting to freak me out. Almost as much as shredding and dangling me over there. Almost as much as shredding and deranged me over there is freaking me out. So let's just take this all one step at a time. Anyway, now that you're up, what just happened? Future me was being a real cryptic dick while you were conked out. Patience is a virtue, Dirk. I just had to get our time-traveling buddy informed first so they can make the right call. Shit. Okay, you don't know where to begin. You look at Dirk's face, not even trying to hide his concern for you. And holy shit, you care about him? Yes, good! Care about the good Dirk. It's like, Dirk's poker face has been fucking obliterated by this turn of events. I love it. You cared about him before you knew every tiny fucked up detail of his life, and now with a reminder of where his story leads, leaning smugly against the railing, you find you still do. He is intense and pushy and profoundly complicated. Right now he is helping you to your feet, his hand steady and firm on your back as you find your balance. You look back and forth between the two of them, trying to organize your thoughts as Dirk waits for you to respond. This isn't as simple as an evil Dirk and a good one. It kind of is, but okay. If you've learned anything from your travels, it's that everyone has the capacity for hurt inside them, and everyone has the capacity for love. It's just a matter of proportion, of choice, of circumstance, of time, and if you're being fair, of interpretation, too. Part of you wants to grab Dirk and run to save him from this trajectory he's on, but then, if you claim that level of control, are you really any better than Ultimate Dirk is himself? Who the fuck are you to make these choices for other people? What gives you the right to wrench cannon from the people it belongs to, the people it's about? Why is it why does it always come back to you making a fucking choice? Go ahead and answer him. I'll correct you if you get anything wrong. Don't worry. Oh, you bet he fucking will, you say. No doubts there. You pause your internal debate, take a deep breath, and explain things to your friend. This is the Mega Dirk, the combo of all splinters of Dirk, fermented in his flesh cylinder and not holding onto his shit nearly as well as he likes to pretend. Ultimate Dirk tisks. You wish. No. You ignore him and continue explaining. Ultimate Dirk has done a lot of heinous shit to the people he used to care about, to the people Dirk cares about. And he's just blamed-bashing you with memories you used to have of, among other things, everything that will ever happen to Dirk and his friends in the future, all in order to convince you to keep everything on that path. He wants the same thing Dirk just finished arguing with you. He wants the same thing Dirk just finished arguing with you about wanting, a future where they play the game. Dirk is still staring at Ultimate Dirk. Shit. You keep going him, telling him how you know it might be far-fetched from his vantage point, but this is a path he goes down. Dirk finally speaks. No, I can see it. I mean, if anyone was going to pull in I'm you but stronger, it would be me. It would be all of me combined. I mean, fair. Exactly. So now we should all be on the same vis-a-vis what we all need to do. Which starts with this flat fuck going back to wherever they came from, and the rest of us going back to our regularly scheduled programming. God, you can't even look at this guy, you think, as you look at him. He's so smug, trapped so far down the path he's planned for himself that he can't even entertain the idea that he could be wrong without tearing him apart. The more you look at him, the more you can't stand him. Prince of Art, hard-ass bastard destroying everything you work to make. Fuck! Forget all that stuff you worried about before. How dare you let yourself be convinced he could be right? Your allegiance is not to the story, but to the people within it. No matter what. Do you have a plan for how to... Do you have a plan on how to protect your friends without the tenets of canon? No. Do you give a single shitting fuck? Also no. You know he could end you immediately, but you feel freed by the number of times you've died. You do not fear him. He's not your concern. You turn to Dirk. You're sorry, you say, but fuck this guy. Don't listen to him. Everything you just remembered, all the stuff he's using to prove his point, it only makes you even more sure of what you said before. That Dirk can still be happy without all that. He doesn't have to play the game to beat it. Wow, listen to them trying to boss you around like that, Dirk. I'll tell you what you don't do. Don't for a second think I'm too far gone to remember what it's like to be you. Don't pretend you haven't wanted to know what I know, to align every part of yourself until you know it all, feel it all. Don't be afraid of becoming who you need to become. The ends always justifies the means, Dirk. We know this. Fuck that! You're sorry to yell, but you never yell this much, but fuck that! This bitch can't bear the thought of a timeline existing without his influence or even his worldview that everything has to be painful to matter. Things are already painful enough. He doesn't have to work overtime to create more pain just so he can feel like he's in control of how much punishment he gets and how badly he deserves it. Because Dirk doesn't deserve it, you say, and you look at the one you mean it for. He's not looking back at you. He's looking at Ultimate Dirk, and there's something about the soft, fallen arch of his eyebrows that just folds you up and eats you whole. It's longing like you've never seen in your life, deep and consuming, with a silver glint of loathing. He's going to drown in it if you don't do something. Good choice of words. I've been calling him the Drown Man for years now, and there it is. What could you do, you wonder? You care about him, and he does about you to a degree. You know Dirk now, and you know how he loves. Though it's fierce, to a definite fault, he does not do it easily. You're not the one who can get him through this. You're not the one who can get him through this. He hasn't known you long enough, but you can be a bridge. But to whom? Part of you wants to test out a few things, to throw a couple of friends at the wall and see what sticks. That doesn't sit right with you right now, though. It's messy, you know Dirk would hate having his feelings experimented on like that. Even after all this, you find yourself not wanting to do that to him. Thank fuck for your side ability to anime monologue to yourself in your head without time passing too quickly, because you really need to think this one through. You have to pick one single person to help convince him he doesn't need that Ultimate Dirk, need what Ultimate Dirk is offering him. John? Maybe? Jake? God, no, not right now. He'd be eaten alive by Ultimate Dirk, and you can't do that to him. He's your friend too. Maybe a wild card? Someone Dirk doesn't know but could get along with? Equus? He's like Dirk if Dirk liked to get bossed around, so they might get along great, actually. Though you need someone who can tell Dirk what to do at this moment, so again, maybe not. You can't hedge your bets and bring everyone, because that'd just overwhelm him. Plus, there's no budget or time for that. The answer punches you hard in the chest, and you're about to sneak away to find them when Ultimate Dirk speaks up. That was a touching rant you just gave. Very compelling. You know what? Fine. Do what you do best, and choose. Steal him away to obscurity or leave him to his destiny. I'm not worried. In fact, as a show of trust in my younger splinter, I'll even fuck off myself until go time. On the 1 in a million chance you actually do get him to go with you, there's no way it's going to be a good end. We all know he'd regret it. He'll second guess if it was the right thing to do every day of his life until he realizes what a flaccid existence he's leading, but by then it'll be too late. Do your worst. There's a jolt and then he's gone. There's a beat of silence where you try to work out how to act normally, now that you know what you know, but thankfully he speaks first. Are all your hangouts this buck fucking wild, or did he really pull out all the stops for me? Ugh. Lord. I wanted to get drunk for this one. I should have, but I have to work later, so I couldn't. I knew I should have. I need more alcohol for this. Well, I mean, this is up there. I don't think this is the craziest one we've ever had, but it's up there. It's up there. Well, you were about to pull out another when Ultimate Dirk just blasted off like that. It's not too late, though, if he'll agree to at least hear you out. Well then, by all means, continue pulling. Let's see where this shit takes us. You'll be right back, you tell him. I'll be right here, just chilling and contemplating existence and my place in it. No worries. What? Oh, are we? Is this Earth C? This looks like Earth C. You zap this time. The zap this time is even more disoriented than your sideways universe zaps. You know why, though, since you know everything. You're not sure if you're supposed to be here. Well, you're not sure what you're supposed to do. You're not sure you're supposed to... You're not sure you're supposed to be here. Okay, typo. You're not sure you're supposed to be here, but Ultimate Dirk already accused you of fucking shit up. So why not fuck shit up a little harder? But which Earth C is the other question? Candy, maybe? I don't know. You want to go pick up this person, and specifically this version of this person, the version you made friends with already, who isn't ready to meet. The version you made friends with already isn't ready to meet Dirk yet, probably. But thanks to your recent mind freak, you remember that this one, having lost his Dirk, might be a little more interested. Dave? Candy Dave? Is that where we are? Whoa, who the fuck are you? Okay, it's Dave. But which Earth C are we in? Well, yeah, because, like, he's the one who... Well, they both lost their Dirk, so I think this is Candy Dave? Yeah, it's gotta be Candy Dave. Whoa. What? Who the fuck are you? Okay, that answers that question. You guess you fucked things up to the point where the Candy timeline is not the same as the one you were making friends in before. This is probably the stuff Ultimate Dirk is so bent out of shape about fixing. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, it's a, yeah, well, like, I figured that a while ago. It's like, yeah, it's like the Candy timeline is far afield of the Pesterquest timeline. You didn't have time to come up with your elevator pitch, but your best work at full... But you work best at full power to empathy, zero... You didn't have time to come up with your elevator pitch, but you work best at full power to empathy, zero to planning, so here you go. Hey, you tell him. Sorry to intrude, but you have a pretty big favor to ask of him. You know he doesn't know you, but you know an alternative version of him that lives outside canon. You met and went to Olive Garden and made friends, and you promise you're legit. Also, I do love the time hoodie, which I think is a real piece of merch. Not 100% certain. It's a nice hoodie though. Probably pre-marriage too. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, I mean, like him getting married to Jade happened very late in the Candy timeline, so probably pre-marriage. Bro, you said Olive Garden. You got me. It's like a magic word to get me to trust you implicitly. Don't spread that around though. Also, you look like someone ironed the mare, so that's like 1,000,000 more points in your favor. I'm doing dick else that's useful all day. Or any day, to be real with you. So what's the favor? Okay, whew, great. The favor is you need to borrow him for like a quick minute so you can help him have a conversation with your universe's Dirk. At the sound of Dirk's name, he goes still. See, Dirk's convinced he needs to take the advice of yet another universe's way shittier Dirk and retcon your whole friendship mission so that they can go off and make canon happen, which ends pretty badly for a lot of people, your friends, and that involved. And now that you know that, you really want to just side with you and let everyone chill and hang out and live their lives, and you're not sure of all the details about how that will work yet, but the point is that Dirk, I'm in. There we fucking go. Great, sick. Yes, okay. Good. Good things are happening. You take his hand and off you go. When you pop back, Dirk is standing how he was when you first met him, casually bracing for emotionally fatal impact. There's a moment where Dirk and Dave just stare each other down, like neither one of them are fully ready to register the reality of the other. You really fucking hope this works because it's your Hail Mary. The Strider going in, Gene doing the work. Yeah. Dave B. Strider. Sup? Holy fuck, man. I didn't think invoking the name of Olive Garden would have this much effect, but here the fuck we are. Cat. Ooh. Oh boy. No, don't play with that. I mean, sup. Yeah. Sup. Aw, bro hug! Dave pulls him to a short, back-bumping bro hug, which Dirk weathers like a wet cat, not trusting a towel to dry him off. Aw, this is... The cat... Cat, quit playing with it. Yeah. This is sweet. This is very sweet. This is going to be like a reversal of the other conversation. The one from Homestuck at the end with, like... You had, like, Dirk and Dave doing their heart-to-heart right before the climax of Homestuck, and now it's, like, the situation's reversed, and, like, Dave is the one, and Dirk is the one who needs advice. Dirk needs hugs. Yes, Dirk needs all the hugs. So... I'll be real with you. We've already had a version of this first meeting convo, and we used like a lightning round conversational mechanism to get shit popping. I get the feeling we don't have time for all that right now, so I'll just skip a few steps for you. Our little mutual friends say you got options. Well, they seem to think so, but I'm not convinced. So yes, you fucking do have options. Do you have opinions about it? Sure do. I mean, I'd do anything this little pal suggested after what they just did for me, but, like... What's even the situation? They don't want you to play Spurb and some other you does. There's a little more to it than that, but yes, that's the gist. Okay, good. He's playing, but he is playing with a real... My cat is playing, but he is playing with a real toy, so it's fine. You watch them chat. This is good. You think, good, but you're not sure it's enough. You think Dirk is your friend now, but the more you think about it, the weirder the word feels in your brain. Friendship means something different to everyone you've met. Safety, fun, a wake-up call, a person to talk to. You hope that, for at least some of them, you've helped them see what is lovable inside themselves. Why are we so fucking awesome? You look at Dirk and wonder if he'll be one of those. He's being so polite to Dave. He must be afraid. Does Dirk even believe others can, of their own volition, love him? That's a fucking question, isn't it? You tune back in. Man, if you wanted to argue about canon, you should have asked your bro here to get, like, anybody else to come along. That shit's not my forte, but it seems to me it's not some immutable bastion of narrative sanctity. It's just some shit some assholes said and did and some choices they made. Okay, well, if I don't follow the plan, beat the game, and get to where you are now, how do I know my choices will still matter? I don't know, man. You're not in my timeline anymore because of a choice you made a while back, so my mileage might vary a bit. Dirk shifts backwards. You wish you looked more surprised about it? Oh. Yeah. I don't want to waste your time or anything. Just getting to talk to you is worth it, so I don't know, do what you gotta do, but, like, coming from me, a guy who could have done some stuff differently himself, at least try to trust your friend. I know you don't like believing this stuff, but maybe listen to the people who like you for you because they mean it. I'm rambling now. I guess if I had one thing to say to you, it would just be... It's okay to not have all the answers. Yeah, that's what I tell you. Dirk nods. So, I'm processing that a lot. But I also cannot go any further in this conversation without telling you that our little friend is liminal enough to actually be able to hold the sword. It's the important things in life. Yo, holy fuck, yo, what? Oh, wow. Dave, huh? Okay, bringing fucking guns to a knife fight here. I didn't expect this level of underhand maneuvering from you, but I'll respect the play. Doesn't matter anyway. I've come back with my own cheat. Oh, fuck. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Had to deal with some shit on my end. New plan. Forget us all going our separate ways to fix shit. Dirk, you're coming with me. Okay, here we go. I've been saying, like, pretty much this whole time, this was gonna come down to, like, an actual fight between Dirks. And I think we're heading that way. Friend was right about one thing. Things don't need to go back to the way they were. And not for any lame reason like the power of love. I have bigger plans than that. Promise you this limp-dick excuse for a friend doesn't measure up to all the shit I can show you. Will show you. Sure, it might hurt to leave your friends behind at first. And sure, you'll miss out on Jake's cardinal charms, but that emptiness will fade when you realize the true power we have. Ultimate Dirk extends his hand. His cape billows obnoxiously behind him. Dirk looks at you, then at Dave. Shit, you were almost there. You have no time left to waste. You close your eyes and will the choice to come to you. Stop him, don't stop him. One of those has to work, right? You don't feel confident. You look at Dirk and it hits you. Ultimate Dirk was maddeningly right. It won't work if there's room for Dirk to regret it. You're not sure either of you would ever be certain if it was the right choice unless you let Dirk choose it for himself. No more telling him what to do. No more telling anyone what to do. When you feel the choice prickling at you, you turn it outward. You flip the power on your belly inside out and give the weight of it up for a moment to him. It's like we're giving the choice. We're literally I want to see like the choice bars in front of Dirk's face right now. You wait to see what Dirk does with the thing warring in him. Oh shit! Whoa! We're playing as Dirk now. What? Who? You see it manifest in his brain and then yours, and your stomach plunges. It feels rigged from the start. There's no way Dirk will choose you and Dave when he's gone and framed it like that. God damn it. Too late to change anything yourself. You wait for Dirk to choose. Okay. There's a trick here, though. Because the trick is, like, what do you mean trust yourself? Which yourself? Are you... And which of them? B. Dirk. MSPA reader, B. Dirk Strider. But what does the choice mean? Shit. This is a fucking... Ultimate Dirk is cheating. He's cheating. Okay, I think trust yourself is the other Dirk. And that's the bad end. So, yeah, let's... I reflexively wanted to save a second time, just because this is freaking me out. Okay. Probably the bad end first. Dirk turns to you, apology already on his face. No, you can tell where this is going and you hate it. So it's not you, it's me. Is levity helpful? Probably not, but I'm doing my best. It's not that this hasn't been a good time. I didn't expect to achieve this level of metatextual mind freak during our hangout, but I've really enjoyed it. This is a day I would not have thought possible. Oh. He stops to hold his fist out to Dave, who, after a pause, bumps it with his own. He must know, too. He turns away. Everything Dirk is saying feels forced to you, like he's trying to convince himself as much as he is you. Still, you know you've lost. Has there ever been a text box on screen for a decision before? No, there hasn't. That's another interesting thing. There was actually, like, text in the choice screen. And I have to thank you for it. I go so far as to consider you my friend, even. If you frame your relative success or failure on having formed a friendship, you can call this a good end. No. But he trails off, turning to walk towards Ultimate Dirk. As much fun as this was, this is me we're talking about here. There's no contest. I have to know. It was always going to be you and me, Dirk. The two of them stand side by side, twin smirks on their faces. Dirk's is almost believable. Goodbye. You curl up into yourself, a hunched ball on a tall tower in a single apartment in the middle of the sea. Your brain disconnects from the sound of their conversation, Ultimate Dirk's likely victory monologue, the static of their exit. You cry into your shitty little stick hands because you thought you fucking had this one, and somehow it feels weightier than the loss of just one friend. You feel like something bigger and more beautiful than you thought possible was at your fingertips. Now it's gone. You come back to the reality of the warmth of Dirk's hand on your shoulders. He crouches down next to you. His voice is thick with his voice is thick with tears. You didn't even help him through crying. Hey, bro. Sorry. I don't know how much longer I can chill here. Like, emotionally. Can you take me home? Oh, abandoned at sea. Ugh, well, that was... Yeah. Nope, no, that's alright. Load. Okay. Good ending. Alright. Trust your friends, Dirk. Sorry, man. Your heart drops, and then you see who he's looking at. Guess you can call this one the bad end, yeah? Luckily for you, there's almost definitely another one of me out there. There's almost definitely another of me out there that can't wait to sail the 7 seas of story with you or some shit. Well, you're right, we just saw it. He licks his lips and raises his chin, bracing for Ultimate Dirk to challenge his call. I wonder if Dirk's going to call us on that, the fact that he did win in the other, choice. I assume with your huge fucking brain you can see that happening as we speak, yes? So no need to be a sore loser now. Good point. Be good to that meat, will you? Treat him right? As right as he wants. Me too, I promise. Oh, yeah, shit. So yeah, that other one is canon. Right as he wants me to, I promise. Anyway, I did say 1 in a million... Anyway, I did say 1 in a million odds, so statistically you have to wuss out at least once. It's fucking gross to experience. Good thing it'll get totally assimilated into the other versions of it. Good thing it'll get totally assimilated to the other versions of this conversation. Now's not really the time to play the actually it's usually just a binary card. Don't want to complicate this particular issue for him, so you let it slide. You step forward, shoulder brushing Dirk's. Don't gloat, it's gosh. Don't gloat, it's gosh. Gosh? Gosh. Enjoy your moment of irrelevance before this one goes down the drain. Deuces. Yes! Hell yes! You stop your celebration when you notice that Dirk is a little shaky. Holy shit, what did I just do? Good fucking question. This future you have in the works better be fucking good, my dude. Are you kidding me? They got it on lock. Oh, he knows it. You don't tell him you don't know every single detail yet, but you understand yourself now. You'll work it out when you need to. You always do. It's okay, you think. If Dirk is a little afraid, it comes with the territory when you let people in. And he'll have even more practice with that as soon as you can zap up some more company. It won't be smooth sailing, though, you warn him. As long as we move past the sailing metaphor, you can jack that difficulty level up as high as you like. Oh, are we anti-ocean here? Oh, yeah, extremely? Fuck water, am I right? Dirk turns his head slightly, and you know he's looking at you. He smiles, and you know he gets it. It's not about this being the real timeline or the fake one, the hard one or the easy one. It's about it being his if he wants it. Which, you realize as you watch him turn back to laugh along with Dirk, he does. Whew. Flipping off the ocean? Nice. Fuck water! Ocean's curse. It smells funny. This is nice. But I have a feeling but we still haven't had the voiced bit, so I don't know what's going to happen now. Yeah, we haven't had voices yet, so this is not the end. There we go. Here we are. What the fuck? Oh. Text. Oh, it's the text for it's the text stuff. The air between you and the two of them opens up like a wound in the universe, and you feel yourself being pulled towards it. Here we go. See him in there too, fucking bastard. That's interesting. As Ultimate Dirk pulls you through what you can only conceptualize as a tear in the narrative, you turn to look at Dave and Dirk. This is sure to lead to some bullshit, and you need to confirm that they're still intact. You aren't sure where you're going next, but you don't want them to worry. As the hole starts to reseal itself with them on the other side, you give them a thumbs up. The universal signal of reassurance that things are okay, you'll be back. Neither of them are strangers to either of the intricacies of plot or shenanigans, so they return in unison. You did it. You got him a good end. Dirk Strider is your friend, you think, as you fall through nothingness. Dave can take it from here. Guess that sword isn't just for show. He really knows how to use it. You go flying out of the frame, out of this volume, and straight into the epilogue. No, not the epilogue. God, this is impossible. You can't believe you're the main character of such a stupid story. He launches you straight into the post-game, final chapter, afterward? Or, wait, afterward? Both of them look weird. Afterward or afterward? Afterward is like the thing. Afterward is like afterwards did stuff, and the afterward is like the thing at the end of the book, I think. Both of them look weird. And there's that stranger again, whoever the fuck that is. Anyway, he launches you into the after we're at, which seems to just be that drifting gray place between universes. But this time you aren't standing in the corridor. You are hurtling along like a protagonist-shaped missile. This is not going to end well. Sorry, T-posing god person. This really isn't your fault. Actually, that's an A pose? What? Common mistake. What the fuck? Just trying to help. According to Twitter, nobody could agree if it was afterward or afterward. So they just made it afterward with an @ sign. Just trying to help. You brace yourself for whatever hellish experience is waiting for you when you hit the event horizon. What? Huh. And we're back here. Whoops. Your whole body aches. Not physically, more thematically. Like you just got bitch slapped straight in the meta-narrative and embodied back to the beginning. Oh shit, are you literally at the beginning? Did you forget everything again? Quick, Spectrum, Trolls, Incestuous Story, Becurial, the fucking Matragogs, Truth, Relevance, and Essentiality. Ooh, you remember. So here you are again. I guess it makes sense that Doc Scratch is behind it all in the end. Maybe he and Ultimate Dirk have been working together this whole time? Hey, you round, shiny son of a bitch, show yourself. You receive no response. The green room is still. In the corner, the clock has stopped. To quote Mystery Science Theater 3000, oh no, the movie is starting over! Wait, what was that? The sound of a struggle drifts in deeper in the house. Oh, balls. Is Spade Slick here to beat the shit out of Doc Scratch? But you thought that happened at the beginning of the game? Maybe we really have been transported back to square one. But nothing is on fire. Spade Slick set the place on fire, right? Shit, why do so many things happen in this goddamn comic? There are just so many details to remember. What is going on? Or is he dealing with Damara? You follow the sound of the ruckus, turning a corner down a long, wood-paneled hallway. A door stands open at the end of it, where two people appear to be locked in an intense struggle. It sounds like Damara, or maybe Hussey. It's either Damara or Hussey. Hey, listen, we can talk about this. That Hussey? You edge closer down the corridor. The mirrors on the walls watch you like eyes. Clearly I've made some bad decisions, I'll grant you that. The man currently hanging onto the door jamb for dear life both looks and sounds familiar, but you're actually kind of having a hard time focusing on him. He makes your head swim. Okay, yes, I agree that I need to take a break, but please don't put me in here with that wolf head. It's out for my blood. I don't know if I can hold it for long. Well, for long. That sounds like Hussey. The second figure, a woman maybe, appears unmoved by the man's pleas. You have no idea what's going on here, but one thing you do know is that you just can't allow random broads to throw dudes in rooms against their will. Damara and Hussey? Wolfhead is an old joke. Hey! You shout down the corridor. Both the man and the woman turn to look at you. The combined power of their gaze forces you to your knees. It hits you in the same tender place that Ultimate Dirk's strike had, right in the narrative. The woman takes that chance to shove the man into the room and slam the door.
Sorry about that.
What? Sorry about that. He won't bother us anymore. The sound of her voice vibrates all the way into your skull. Huh. We have a new author. Actually, this was something... I remember talking about this with some people online, talking about how, like, we might see more author avatars, like, in the same manner of Hussey. Is that who we're with now? Minda, turn up my volume.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
He won't bother us anymore.
There's the voice volume. Okay, I didn't even hear it when it happened. Wait, was she talking this whole time and I just didn't hear it? No, there's no dialogue there. Okay. Here, I'm gonna turn your volume up too, because...
Sorry about that. He won't bother us anymore.
Okay. The sound of her voice vibrates all the way into your skull. It's her. She's the one who's been doing this to you, who's been stopping you from going back to visit your friends, who's been manipulating you just like Doc Scratch did.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad. At least I hope I'm not. By the way, unmute me if you haven't bothered to already.
One less character dialogue for me to read? Yeah, it's nice.
The music in this section rules.
It is nice. I agree the music is nice.
Besides, voiceover in RenP is extremely annoying. Did you know you have to save every line as a different .ogg file? I didn't even know what a .ogg file was until our programmer explained it to me. Actually, wow, this is a huge pain in the ass. Let's go back to text only.
That's better, she says. You're falling to pieces. Every part of your body is literally... You're falling to pieces. Every part of your body is literally sliding apart and falling into the others. It's like being hit by the house juju. Your corporeal form is not meant for this much meta-narrative bullshit. You just aren't made for it. Come on, you're fine. She paps you on the cheek, and suddenly it's true. You're fine. She's made it so. She must be magic. Well, she's an author tier, is what she is. Not quite. Get up, King. You do, slowly. For some inexplicable reason, you are more scared of her than you've been of Ultimate Dirk, or of Doc Scratch, or anyone else. You have a feeling she might be the real danger here? She laughs. It's not a villainous laugh, but it's not exactly a nice one either. I guess that's fair. I'm definitely not a hero. She switched to T-pose specifically to annoy Dirk. Yeah, there you go. Or maybe I am a hero, and the dude I just shoved into that cupboard with the wolf head is the real villain? Maybe. Or it's the other way around, and evil has triumphed. You tell her that you don't remember her from the comic you read? Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you wouldn't. Don't worry about it. You can call me the director. And you're right. All of this is my fault. All of this? Yeah, I'm the reason you couldn't reach your friends, and I'm the reason your memories got wiped. What? Why? Why would she do that? To make the narrative more interesting. Because I wanted to try something. It wouldn't have worked if you hadn't gone in with an open mind. Could you really have made friends with any of these kids if you'd known what was waiting for them at the end of the line? Your snap response is an overwhelming yes, of course you could. You can make friends with anyone. But you know deep down that isn't true. Could you really have looked John in the eye if you'd seen him get floored by a video game monster and then lose his virginity in the back of his dad's car before literally dying? Could you have talked to Jay like a normal person when you knew she was going to grow up to be a half-dog goddess? Could you have resisted throwing Rose and Kadai together the first chance you got? Could you have even handled becoming friends with Equus, Nepeta, or Fethri, knowing what was coming for them? God, could you have stood to be in the same room as Gamzee or Aridin? Right? Making friends with people when we know how their story ends isn't something we're equipped to do. It's like meeting a celebrity. Hard to be normal. You tell the director that you don't think any of this is very normal. She laughs. Yeah, you're smart. That's why I like you, MSPA reader. Who? That's not your name. Your name is... Hey, come on, leave something for the sequel. The truth is, I used you. I'm sorry for that. But I'm also not sorry. Because these kids are born to suffer. That's what they're for. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. Destiny wrapped its thick, inky tendrils around them and pulled them into a story without happy endings. But you changed that. You gave them a chance to grow up. Wait, you did? But you remember the other story, the real story, the one that just ended with everything falling to shit. Are you saying all of that didn't happen? No, it happened. Well, it didn't actually happen because none of this is happening. Creator's all the way down and shuts like. But you made this story, and nobody can take that away from you. Oh my god, shut up. Can't handle this anymore. Oh, you go away. The director looks, for the first time, just a little bit worried. She covers it up quickly, however, and regains her placid stance of neutral indifference. You want a real villain? This guy right here. He's just so fucking stupid, even for all of you. I'm aware of that. How dare you? You're gonna lecture me on audacity? Come on, man. You're not even real. And yet you keep talking to me. Well, you feel like you shouldn't be here for this, possibly? You always feel kind of awkward when authority figures fight. I'm not here for her, I'm here for you. We weren't done talking. Then why did you cut the damn UI in half? I got a little overzealous. It happens. Sorry about that, by the way. You shrug. Whatever. You've had worse. Still, you don't feel really well disposed towards this guy at this point, knowing all the garbage he's done and will probably keep doing. Although you aren't sure if the director is any better. No. I'm much, much better than him.
See? See what I can do? Can Dirk Strider do this? Can he talk with an actual human voice?
There was another voice bit of dialogue. I don't know if you could pick it up on the stream. Get fucked. See? Come on, you're at least a little happy to see me. No. Stop flexing at me, I have a wife. For a man so devoted to swords, don't you think it's going against your character to have such enormous guns? What even is this? What, these? Oh, they're not mine. Just an artifact of the medium. I'd say thanks, but I feel like you got more out of it than me. Stop flirting with my audience, you anime-ass motherfucker. Hey, you're in charge. I wouldn't look like this if you didn't want me to. I mean, he's right. Actually, let the artists have a lot of creative license. Nice evasion. Shut the fuck up. Okay, this bullshit doesn't matter. It really doesn't. What does matter is that he directs his anime gaze back to you. This isn't just about Dirk anymore. You've zapped around and ruined everything. I seriously can't even begin to unravel the other sacrosanct shit pile you've created. You absolutely decimated everyone's character arcs and motivation. Seriously, Eridan got a gender arc? Come on, man. There's actually plenty of seeding for that storyline in the comic proper. Eridan's relationship with femininity is really... whatever. Do you realize what you've done here? You've completely stolen their destinies from them. I guess you did. But now they've got a chance to be actual teenagers and grow up in a world that isn't trying to murder them constantly. Well, Eternia is still doing that, but at least they won't be in a hostile video game environment. You've ruined them. But they're happy. Happy people don't get stories told about them. Fuck you! You should know better than this. That isn't true. That can't be true. You look to the director for help. Surely she knows what to say. After all, this happened on her watch. She isn't looking at you, she's looking at the ground. She knew what she was doing this whole time. She knew how it would have to shake out. When were you planning to tell them? I was getting there. She knows that. The prince knows what he's talking about. Nobody has thought more about causation and narrative flow than he has. Fuck, you shake your head. For a second there, it felt like things were got a little screwy. Hey! She claps her hands in Ultimate Dirk's face. Cut that shit out. Leave them alone. And stop wasting my time. She sighs. Fine. She appears to gather herself, folding her hands in front of her like she's about to recite a poem. This has been a really interesting experiment, and I'm glad we got to do it. I've definitely learned a lot. But look, I need you to go back and give that beta to John. Because without it, they never play the game. The story never gets told, you never read the story, you were never here. Wait. Isn't this just another timeline? A Doom timeline or whatever the fuck? The director shakes her head. Oh, great. No, it's a retcon. What you've been doing here would be turning the Alpha timeline into a doomed timeline. And since the story has technically ended and started again and then ended and then started again so many times, switching tracks at this point would corrupt it beyond recognition. Good. Corrupt it. Throw it out. You would cause a paradox so catastrophic that it would literally tear the multiverse apart? You mean like the Scratch? Worse than the Scratch? This would be the Blackout? Utter ruin? But wait, you already threw the beta in the goddamn sewer. Shouldn't this have already happened? This utter ruin? No, because you still have the power to go back and change it. If you decide not to act, then we have to worry. You look back and forth between Ultimate Dirk and the director, trying to find a way out. Some indication that they're fucking with you? They don't seem to like each other very much, but they do appear to be joined in their insistence that this utter ruin bullshit is going to happen unless you betray all your friends, unravel everything you did here. Oh, good lord. Do it. Just fucking do it. I don't care. I don't care. As someone who really doesn't like Homestuck 2, you know, the sanctity of the story is not something I give two shits about. What was the point of doing any of this if you're always just going to end up to have to lose all of it in the end? The director shrugs. What's the point of doing anything? What's the point of living if we know that it's going to end in death? Why did we open up a book if we know we'll have to close it? Yeah, that's what you're asking. You don't just want more questions, goddammit. I'm sorry. I don't have any answers for you? Just an option screen? Yeah, no. Well, I mean, we'll fucking do it just to see the ending, I guess, but no. No! Fuck's sake, I don't know. Burn this motherfucker down? Yes. Fine, we'll do this ending. Whatever. Fine. You know what? Fuck both of you. You'll do it, but also fuck you. That's fair. Thanks for being reasonable. Get out of my video game? I don't think I will. I'm going to stick around and watch everything you tried to do here get flushed down the toilet in the toilet of bad spin-offs. The director takes a step towards him. They aren't fighting exactly, but they're doing something. You have the distinct impression of two people fighting over a pen, or elbowing each other out of the way in order to type in a keyboard. You are feeling a little dizzy again? Andrew Hussey would never do this to me. The director takes a long, tired breath. I think Hussey would totally do this, but whatever. Sorry about that. Where were we? Just fucking everything up. You turn away from her. You don't want to talk to her anymore. You just want to get this over with. I get that. I'll let you be alone. Sorry, kid. The director fades slowly until it's like she was never there at all. But the horror, the pit of ice that has opened up in your belly, that's still there, and will never go away. Once you consign all of your friends to a hero's journey full of pain and heartache, what will happen to you? Will you just vanish? Will whatever iteration of you that was created for this story just cease to be? Will the book be closed? When the book is closed, what will you be? Zap. The mailbox is there. It's all full. The little flappy dealie is up and everything. With difficulty, you pull the beta out, scattering the rest of the mail across the yard. Fuck you, bills and coupon books. Get a job. Up in the house, you see a friendly face looking down at you. You take a deep breath. Oh, it's another choice. Interesting. We'll follow along for now. We're gonna follow the plot and then go back and not do that. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if gazing the hollow of a cut reed, or say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one desolation place to keep its instrument in tune. I remember this page. MSPA reader was grayed out when you were there. Oh yeah, they were. Well, I mean, characters are usually grayed out when you make a choice. Oh, whatever. Put the beta back in the box. Believe in the self that believes in you. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing the bad end first. It's the one desolation place to keep its instrument in tune. I like this. I remember this page in Homestuck. It's a good page. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. And there it is. Homestuck happens. I'll do that. I'll check the chum roll later. Okay, throw the beta back in the sewer again. Oh. Then it just closes the game. I bet that's what happens when you do the other one too. Where is it? Where the fuck is Pesterquest? Oh, there it is. We didn't just get a game over. We actually like caused the game to end. They did say it was catastrophic. Is this another one? Yep, yep. There it goes. What is this? Omega flowery ass bullshit. So, that's that. Yeah, I'm done with Homestuck too. Fuck this shit. The chum roll. I'm checking the chum roll. Oh, we got a ton of achievements here. Savior of the... Discover the true... Oh, there's a true ending. What? Okay. Okay. How? What? Huh. Okay. Believe in the self that believes in you. Is that a hint? I think that's a hint. Okay. Whoop. Yeah, that was it. That was it. You don't click on choice. Click on MSPA reader. Wait. Hold the fucking phone. Who's in charge of this story? Not Ultimate Dirk, not that director, and certainly not that guy who got shoved in a room with a wolf head. It's you. It's always been you. Why are you just doing what they told you to do? There has to be a third option. There's always a third option. When the scratch happened, everything should have been erased. Everything was erased. Except it wasn't. Because someone intervened. Jade threw all of her friends close to her and kept them safe. She saved them. The first time you tried to bring Jade with you when you teleported, Beck didn't let you. But then later he did. Jade told you that he'd just been acting like a normal dog. Jane told you the God Cat had just been acting like a normal good little kitty. Almost like their powers were gone. You pace in a quick circle. Then you hear Dad's car pulling up behind you and you zap out of there before you can get caught again. Zap. You've still got the blade clutched in your hand, but you're alone on Dirk's roof underneath the blazing Houston sun. Nobody's going to bother you up here. There's something that's teasing just at the edge of your understanding, and if you could only reach it. So we're just going to change. So we're going to play the game but change the way it happens? Is that what we're doing? You need help. You need someone who knows about weird shit. Like the lock clicking in your brain, you understand what you have to do. Zap. Oh, it's you. Hey! Good to see you again. Are we in for some, do we get some more, chill Megalovania now? Oh, it's you. How's it going? You look a little tired. Who better to ask about weird plot shit? You ask Arati if she's been watching recently, if she knows what's been going down in your part of the neighborhood. She shakes her head. I lost track of you when you hopped universes. I'm about to try to get myself out of canon for good, and it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Oh, really? Didn't you just jump into canon last time we saw you in canon? So I've been trying to conserve my energy. Oh, right, yeah, you know about that. She raises an eyebrow. Don't worry about that, actually. You know some lore is all. You might have seen what's going to happen to... You might have seen what's going to happen to Aradia next, actually. She doesn't have too much to worry about. She and Salix are fine. Actually, they're probably more fine than almost everyone else. Oh, yeah, this is probably Aradia from before the epilogues. Oh, so yeah, she is talking about, like, jumping into the candy timeline. That's good to know, I guess. So, did you figure out what's going on with your friend's situation? Yeah, you tell Aradia what's been going on with your friend's situation? Wow. Yeah. And you're going to do it? You're going to erase this timeline? Because if you are, then no offense, I might head out of canon a little early. That's just the thing. You think you might have a plan. Oh? You tell her the plan. Does she think it'll work? I don't know, do you think it'll work? A slow, brilliant smile paints a sunrise across her face. I have no idea! But I'd love to watch. Yes, let's... I just want to see what happens when this whole place falls apart. Zap. The green sun. Okay, oh, hold up. The green sun spreads out below you like a giant radioactive gumball that absolutely wants to tear you into a billion greasy pieces. You can feel it tugging at all of your organs, twisting up the words inside you, making a mess of the themes, dragging motifs screaming to the surface. This is the single largest source of raw narrative mass in the multiverse, and it should be killing you. Do you actually need me to do anything? You sort of just want her to vibe here with you in case you die. You don't want to die alone. That's fair. Hey, if you die, I'll pick up your bones for you. Thanks, Aradia. Sincerely, thanks. Oh boy. She smiles. See you on the other side, you say. You're not sure who you're talking to? You're guessing this is going to be bad. It'd be pretty bad. Does MSPA Reader have bones? Good question. Zap. It's not bad. It's not pain exactly, because you are inside the greens. It's not pain exactly, because when you're inside the green sun, you don't think you have nerve endings anymore. You're just a consciousness floating the miasma of causation. You aren't sure how this is supposed to work. Should you maybe start thinking about your friends like you are in the animes, drawing strength from the power of your social links? You think about John and Rose and your good friend Dave. Fuck. Ouch. Thinking too much hurts. You aren't going to be able to count on anime cliches for this one, you guess? So you don't think about your friends. For once, you think about yourself. The impossibility that is you. Protagonist, reader, carrier of the story. Maybe not every story, but this one. You've been erased so many times. You look across the rise and fall of this story and see just how many mistakes you've made. All the times you've broken your friend's trust or betrayed them, or hell, even killed them. You reach across to all of those yous, your what-ifs, your do-overs. You let the blazing energy overtake you, you open yourself up. And everything goes green. And you'd better be on your best behavior, Orphaner. This partnership is going to work out. Forget this guy, Vriska. We can do this ourselves. Could you at least give a guy a chance to respond to a couple of... What's that? Pants, come here, kitty kitty. I'm home. The bed of this cave is far too small for someone with a height as strong as mine. Pounce? Equus? What's this? Anyway, that's why I don't eat corn dogs anymore. What the fuck? Is this a normal future thing? Earthquakes and shit? I guess that's a normal whenever thing, but we don't get many of those here. Many of them here in Houston. I don't think that's an earthquake. Autoresponder? No seismic activity detected in the area. So you're telling me I wrote this? Hey, well, how are you together? In another history? As far as I'm aware, yes. Incredible. It's very boring. I think it's brilliant. I mean... The green sun pulses around you, your slowly collapsing being, and you feel it subsume you. You feel yourself unspooling, swallowed in light. You think of how you came to be here, where you are right now, and the choices you made along the way. What are the odds that the you that prevail in this one? What are the odds that the you that prevailed is this one? It's probably something that could be mathed out, but you're too busy eating the fucking sun with your whole body to figure it out. Instead, you sink into the feeling of connections that hold you together. The bonds you create are threaded through your arms and your belly and your heart. Your body is nothing, consumed by fire, and yet you feel yourself start to become. Zap. The mail goes in the box. Okay, get ready. This is the best part of the movie. All the classic memes come from this part. John, every part of this movie is hot trash. Oh, it's not that bad. I want to see the guy put the bunny back in the box. Bonding over Con Air. In Jade's room. This movie is so bad that the drones are approaching your neighborhood. It's too late for the human race. Darkness seethes at this timeline, and in the distance you hear what might be cracks, splinters through space-time. Reality is compressing and falling apart around you in a cacophony of breaking glass. All of your friends, all of their dreams rendered away to nothing, all of it unraveling. No. No. It doesn't disappear. I don't let it. I am bigger than this story, but I'm also inside the story. So I gather it up and keep it close to me. And as soon as I remove it from causation, it's like it never happened. I take the timeline and I lock it away. That's what it is. It's a locked timeline, and I am its guardian. Its first guardian? Huh. Huh. Okay. Well, that was trippy. Thanks for playing. Guardian of Happy Teens. That was a good ending. So yeah, that was a lot. Here you go. You're going to have to befriend me. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. Okay. Okay. With context, that Gurren Lagann quote takes on just a whole new meaning. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. That is... Oh, But yeah, it's like, go watch Gurren Lagann, by the way, because it's great. That just completely recontextualizes that line, and it's hilarious. Director's cut. You learned the wrong way to spell afterward. Afterward, after whatever. No quitters here. You were determined not to betray your friends. You also smashed the shit out of the fast forward button. Yeah, that's true. The note Desolation plays. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. Savior of the waking world. You rescued your friends from a very long day. That we did. Where are the credits? Aisha wrote the afterword, of course. Oh yeah, Hussey wrote John. The only one Hussey actually wrote was John. Interesting. Who wrote Dirk? Lila Hunt. Same person who wrote Equus and Roxy wrote Dirk. Nice. What the Dirk wrote? Character. Yeah, same. Dave and Dirk, same artist. Background artist. Courtney Brittle. They did a lot of the artwork there. And illustrations of Dirk and Courtney. Okay, James Roach. What did you name this freaking thing? Normal song name. Call it. Yeah. Yeah. That's. I was fairly certain that's what it was going to be because, like, on Twitter a couple days ago, James Roach put out a tweet saying, "Since it's the last song, I guess I'll give it a normal name." And a normal song. I'll give the song a normal name. And sure enough, normal song name. Which is pretty much what I predicted. I predicted it would be something dad jokey like that. And sure enough. So, that's that. Pesterquest is now a locked timeline, which is boring. Well, I mean, not boring. I was hoping that, like, it would, like, fold into regular, yeah. There are a few songs here, right? Yeah, it's, the Afterward theme was normal song name. Chaos Audio. Yeah, Chaos Audio, this is like what it is to remember. SMSP to remember. Ultimate Dirk thing. Clark Powell and Astro Kid did the Ultimate Dirk's theme. Oh, Toby Fox did Dirk's theme. Did regular Dirk's theme. Oh, that's good. I liked... Oh, that's what the song name was called. Stress. Dirk's theme was great. I like that one. Dirk's theme 2, Unite Synchronization. Oh, that was Malcolm Brown. Reader's theme, Embittered Shore. That's a... Embittered Shore is a great name for the Reader's theme. Okay. So that was that. He's addicted to this stress. That's the way that he gets things done. Embittered Shore is from the land of fans and music. Okay. Also, Aisha said the word sequel. Huh? Well, I mean, it's a locked timeline now, so, like, this could just be a spin-off, you know? Like, the locked timeline where everybody is just happy and together could just be a thing now, you know? Like, this is, this timeline is its own spin-off where all the kids are just growing up and meeting each other somehow. I'm not sure how they're getting back and forth between, Earth and Alternia, but, you know, you never know. Some mechanism could be put in place. They said that, yeah, it's like, if they wanted to do a sequel, they could. They could just, like, continue the story there. I don't know how it would be another MSPA reader adventure, but, you know. And we got to eat the green fucking sun. So, that's that. It's the end of Pesterquest. So yeah, that was good. We got to say fuck the narrative, which was good, because, seriously, fuck the narrative. Yeah, we'll go back to face cam, I think. So yeah, you absorbed the pure art skill, the poor narrative energy. So, yeah, that's the end of that. It's good. It's like, now Pesterquest is canonized as its own thing, which is cute. But I was really more hoping for, like, some connection to Homestuck 2. Like, and, like, we got a little hint of possibly that happening with, like, Ultimate Dirk kidnapping regular Dirk, but then that all got locked away, so it probably didn't actually happen. Although if that did happen, if we do start seeing Pesterquest bad ending Dirk in Homestuck 2, that would be neat. That would be kind of a cool little thing. There's a good green MSPA reader and evil red MSPA reader. That's true. That's another interesting point that someone pointed out. Is there was that one bad ending in Jane's route where you ended up with a red MSPA reader, and now we have the green MSPA reader, the green sun MSPA reader. Uh, yeah, and there's no precedent for how locked timelines work. So could stuff from the locked timelines show up in Homestuck 2? Possibly. Um, Seems reasonable. I don't know. I mean, anything. I mean, it's Homestuck. Everything and nothing seems reasonable. That's just kind of the nature of things. Didn't get a single My Little Pony reference in the whole arc, so that's a little disappointing, I suppose. Is it possible to escape the timeline before it gets locked? So yeah, I don't know. So that's the end of that, and I think I am just going to be done with Homestuck 2 now after that, because I'm done. I just am done. Like, it's the last update in March did give me a little hope that one day it'll be a story I want to read again. Check postcard. Okay. Check the. Okay. Well, hang on. I gotta open that up. Somebody's sending me a link to a message. Somebody's sending me a link to a picture. There's an Onion article. Animated character who turned evil way hotter now. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. So, April April updates for Homestuck 2. Okay. They're going to be 4 April. What? They're going to be 4 updates? Well, I don't care because I'm not reading any of them. So, yeah, it's... I don't know. It's like this whole... The problem is, like, despite everything that we just went through, the whole premise of this meta bullshit makes the whole thing feel more fake. You know? Like... I don't know how to explain this. Like, okay, so... Spoilers for Homestuck 2. If you're watching this, I don't know why you're worried about Homestuck spoilers, because what the fuck are you doing? But, like, in the last update, in the March update, there's a bit of dialogue where Jade says that Jade was having trouble, like, sorting out her own thoughts from Dirk's thoughts, you know, and that's, like, which is interesting that that's, like, a thing that canonically you can do. But, like, even then I had the nagging thought, well, no, you didn't do that because you're a fictional character, and there's really functionally no difference between Dirk's thoughts that Ultimate Dirk is putting in Jade's head and whatever thoughts the real author is putting in her head, whoever wrote the epilogues in Homestuck 2. And, like, just all this meta bullshit just emphasizes the fact that it's all fake. And that makes it a lot harder for me to get invested in the story. And, like, we see, like, when the characters in the story rebel against the author, it's meaningless. It's not actually a thing that's happening. And that's the conflict, is the characters pretending to rebel against the author. You know, like, that's the literal story with all the characters in Ultimate Dirk. And it's true just on a meta level, like, because that's what the characters are doing. The characters aren't rebelling against anything, and we're supposed to get excited because they're rebelling against the author, but they're not actually doing that. The author, you know, whatever. It's the ongoing problem of Homestuck's fourth wall breaking is just creating fifth and sixth walls. Yeah, exactly. And so maybe this will all be interesting later. And the other thing is, like, I just can't do this week to week. Like, that's the other thing too. Like I had to be talked into reading the March update after the February updates. So if we're just going to be, like, going week to week with all this meta bullshit, no, I'm not doing that. I'll maybe come back to Homestuck 2 later when it's finished. Or at least once it's, like, moved on to another story arc that's not so fucking meta. More time for more time for Adventure Time. So yeah, in the meantime, I still have Adventure Time. I still have Star Versus, which are both going to take a while because like I'm only like halfway. I'm only about halfway through Adventure Time, so that live blog is going to take like another year. And so yeah, that's that. That's the end of it. That's kind of the closing chapter on my Homestuck 2 live blog for the foreseeable future. Well, actually, no, that's not true because I do want to make one final post about Homestuck on Tumblr, which will be I'll want to like look at the bonus content from Patreon, see what's been happening there, and I'll post some thoughts about it. I'm not going to live blog it, but I am going to like post some thoughts about it. The bonus updates are about Jaspros. Oh shit. That's okay. Jaspros is ironically your favorite. Well, good for you, but I fucking hate Jaspros, so I'm glad I have not been reading those updates. So sorry. There's another thing. That's the other thing about reading week to week. I didn't have this problem binging the comic before because like if there's a string of updates that don't focus on a character and that focus on characters you don't like, you're just fucked. You're just going to get 2 months of non-enjoyment, and really that's the other thing too is that like the only characters I really care about in Homestuck 2 are Terzi and Vriska, and everything else is just background noise. And so that's like 1 in 5 updates where I actually get the content I'm here for. No, fuck that. I'm not. No. Yeah, so that's the end of that. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just. Yeah. You're gonna miss my takes, but yeah. So yeah. Goodbye, Homestuck community, I guess. Interesting note for us to leave off on, but this is it. This is kind of my swan song for Homestuck 2, at least for the foreseeable future. If I do come back to Homestuck 2, I don't know if it'll be a live blog or if it'll just be like me reading it and then posting thoughts about it. Because who knows how long it's going to be. Like this is something that could happen like years down the line. Who knows if I even will still be live blogging at that point? Probably because I'm a creature of habit, but Hive Swap Act 2. Oh yeah, there is Hive Swap still. I guess that is still a thing. I'll play Hive Swap when that comes out. Yeah. Yeah, it won't be a slog, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it's like Homestuck 2, maybe something I'll want to binge later, but right now it's really just not something I'm interested in. Because I don't care. Because the fourth wall bullshit makes me not actively not care. And it's about, and Homestuck 2 is disproportionately about the fourth wall bullshit, so that's kind of just the end of the story for me. Anyway, that's the end of that. Goodbye. Pesterquest Dirk is good and deserves the good things that he is getting. And that's kind of the end of that. Bye.